Hey guys, my name is Christopher Sean. I play Kazuda Xiono on Star Wars Resistance. So I'm here at EmpireCon working hand in hand with the Peter Mayhew Foundation. I've been working with Matthew and Laurel, and wonderfully I've met Angie for the first time today. She was amazing, and Katie, amazing. Their whole team with Ryan, amazing. This experience has been phenomenal. And what we're doing here is we are raising money to help special needs programs across the United States in public schools. So we have original art, exclusive art, made by the amazing artist Matt Bush. And we've sold plenty of art. Actually, here you go.
Yeah.
Check this out. So this is actually signed by the people who worked on it, which is really cool. Again, it's exclusive to EmpireCon. This is number 88 of 100. This is mine that I'm going to be hanging up in my house here. We got Baby Yoda Mandalorian. And I forgot this gentleman's name, played by Nick Nolte, amazing. But essentially, this is one of the pieces of art. The other art, I'll pull it up here in a second. What we're doing though is, again, we're raising money for special needs programs across the United States. Here's the art that we had specifically chosen. So that's our young boy, Jonathan. What we do is, the foundation that I'm essentially creating is called Galactic Magic, working in hand with Peter Mayhew Foundation, their 501c3. All the money raised goes directly to public schools. What we do is we have everyone submit a video, landscape I believe, it's totally influenced sideways. If anyone you know has special needs or any program you need that needs help, you're gonna ask a child with special needs, what is their name, what makes them happy. We're gonna ask them if they could be a part of the Star Wars universe. What character would you like to be? A Jedi Knight, the greatest pilot in the known galaxy, maybe a Sith Lord, Chewie, a Wookiee. You find out what the kid likes, why. Then we would say, what would your special saying be? So those are the 5 questions, right? Now, with that, every child who submits to the Peter Mayhew Foundation, I think it's mayhewfoundation.org, that's available now. The website's up. Everyone can donate there. Any donations, just let them know Galactic Magic or Christopher Sean, and they'll put it towards any schools that we're working with. If you guys know schools that have special needs that need help, please feel free to send them our way as well on my Instagram at Mr. Christopher Sean. But essentially, again, we're selling art, we're taking donations, we're doing conventions all over, and we're trying to find ways to bring money to help special needs programs and any of those children that need help, because in the end they've got enough obstacles in life as it is. Let's give them an opportunity and provide them the source materials they need to be extremely successful and happy in life. So thank you very much for your time. Again, Christopher Sean, aka Kazuda Xiono, the greatest known pilot in the galaxy. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Matthew Egan, one of the directors of the Peter Mayhew Foundation.
My name is Christopher Sean. I play Kazuda Xiono in Star Wars Resistance.
He gets to be a spy and a pilot. That's a lot of...
Living the dream, baby.
Yeah.
Living the dream.
So we're here at EmpireCon. This weekend we had a goal of raising $5,000 to help some amazing special needs kids. 42 kids in this class. And so this teacher reached out to you.
Well, essentially, I was doing an interview for Star Wars Resistance with Clashing Sabers. Hey, quick shout out. And prior to the interview, one of the interviewers was like, I'm sorry, I'm a little late, but I'm a teacher for special needs class and one of the kids. And I said, wait a second.
And that's your keyword alert popping up.
Wait a second. I have a sister with Down syndrome. I've always had this great idea to help special needs programs across the United States. And after speaking with Matthew at Celebration, the Peter Mayhew Foundation said they liked my idea and they wanted to work with me. And I said, wait a second, Adriana, maybe we can help your school.
We were there at Peter Mayhew's very last appearance at Celebration before he passed away, which also was Christopher's first appearance with the whole cast of Star Wars Resistance. We were in the green room and I'll forever tell the story. We became friends, and then he said, can I introduce you to my friends? And he took us around to Donald Faison, Bobby Moynihan,
Scott Lord, Susie McGraw.
It was wonderful, and we'd known him for 11 seconds, and he's like, come meet my friends. And it was fantastic. But because of this conversation, my girlfriend's son has autism, and so with Christopher's experience with his sister, he had experienced firsthand the damage to her self-esteem and from the special needs program that she was in, losing their funding, and then they had to go to a school that was farther away, not in a good neighborhood. It was what the murder capital of not quite to that extreme, but it was just not a very good environment.
Yeah, it wasn't upper echelon. We had an opportunity to go to a very nice high school. However, because they did not provide the special needs programs that was necessary, we had to go to an area where it wasn't the safest at times. And so that was kind of a blow to her, as Down syndrome are the most loving and kindest, I believe they're angels on earth. And to see any sort of doubt or anything that affects her self-esteem, it's always detrimental to see.
Her name is Candace. They call her Candy because she's so sweet. So then to see anything that would hurt her heart is horrible. So he had gone through that experience, and here we are, fast forward to speaking to this teacher. You'd cast your sister in a film. This is what, 2010?
Yeah, back in 2010.
Yeah.
I put my sister in a movie, and she was just an extra, but she was in the movie, and she was front and center in one of the frames, and man, she felt like a celebrity. So when we rolled that red carpet out, and she's taking pictures, she's doing her poses, she's acting like Lucille Ball, where she's smiling, and then she'd turn to a fake audience, and she's like, oh, and she'd go back, and she's so adorable. And my dad was patting me on the back, saying, like, you did something good. And me,
Put her
I'm
in the
proud,
spotlight. Yeah.
He's proud, she's a celebrity, and she always will be now. And I was like, how do you capture lightning in a bottle? How do you save that moment? And I wanted to share that with everyone, anyone and everyone that deals with special needs, because you live a hard enough life as it is, dealing with judgment and dealing with whatever, I don't want to say shame, because I wouldn't use that word. However, there is a lot of shame thrown at you, and it makes you question yourself, and we should never have to deal with that. And so in a world where you deal with enough obstacle, you want to have a great life, and you want to make sure that your child has a great life as well. So my thought was, with the feeling that I had, and my parents and my sister, if we made a movie and we put special needs kids in, and we did culinary, and we did all this big thing, well, it was a really good idea. The problem was it was just way too expensive. So I got a hold of Matt and his team.
I still
at
think down the
Celebration.
line that's feasible, is just to and grow the idea. We pitched the idea, inspired. There was a wonderful photo shoot that turned some kids in the hospital into Justice League characters, and I think that was kind of one of the, they brought these kids in and made them the star of this campaign. And so our version of that was to bring the kids into the Star Wars universe, figure out who they resonate with, who their heroes are, and put them right alongside their heroes so that they can see themselves in a galaxy far, far away. And so we were contacted by the teacher, and I have to say, as we were super busy, and I was not responding, and I'll always tell whenever I would not respond to an email because I had other stuff, you always stayed on top of it. You always made sure that we were pushing the envelope forward, that this was going to happen, and there were some times where we were like, okay, we only have 6 weeks left to do this, and I take zero credit for all of the 11th hour kind of nudging to make sure that all the pieces got into place, because Christopher was totally the driving force behind this the entire process, and he found the teacher. He got the teacher to pick out a student from her classroom. They sent in a video, and in the video, what's your name? Jonathan. Just super quiet. He was super shy, but he said he liked a blue lightsaber. That he wanted to be a Jedi, so we were like, oh man, are we gonna have to draw this kid as a Sith? Like, is he gonna have like crazy Zabrak horns? Like, what are we dealing with? But he wanted to be a Jedi with a blue lightsaber, and it just so happened that James Arnold Taylor, who provides the voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi, among a bunch of other Star Wars characters, including a voice now in Rise of the Resistance, at soon to be at Disneyland and already open in Orlando. He was here, so as we got, and Jim Cummings was here. He was able to talk to Hondo Ohnaka. Might have picked his pockets a couple of times. Hopefully everything we gifted him is still there. But so Ryan, who was Peter's assistant on The Force Awakens and who was his manager and is also his son-in-law, he got us connected with Matt Bush, who is 25-year veteran Lucasfilm artist. I didn't know 25 years. Insanely talented artist. And we told him, we need all of this tomorrow.
Yeah.
We don't yet have a photo of the child. Yeah. we have no instructions to give you, and could you have it by noon? And that I'm exaggerating a hair, but it was it was a few weeks away, and Matt was traveling. It was over Thanksgiving. Just if you want to get something done, that is not the time to be asking somebody for it. Matt stepped up with a Mandalorian painting that has Mando and one of the aliens for the show, and then Baby Yoda. Yeah, Nick Nolte's character. And I have spoken.
Yoda.
And Baby Yoda, which Baby Yoda is risen to a small amount of internet fame
the biggest
recently.
meme ever.
Yes, yeah, outpacing every political candidate. Baby Yoda forever. But so he came up with this artwork, and on top of that, he created a piece that has Kaz all grown up.
Yeah.
Christopher as Kaz, and Jonathan as a full-fledged Jedi with a blue lightsaber.
And he looked so good.
And so James Arnold Taylor came out when we unveiled the artwork. Huge shout out to Albin Johnson, founder of the 501st, and just all-around amazing human being. He went and made sure that we had a huge audience. One of the goals for you was to make sure that they got that kind of red carpet experience. They got to be the center and have that joy and respect shared by an audience, and for them to be a star. And thanks to Albin, we actually had an audience. There were 4 or 5 people, and I went to Albin and I said, help. And when the founder of the 501st says, hey, come over here for a child in need.
Huge shout out to Albin.
So all of a sudden, 40 or 50 stormtroopers and rebels and Sith, and we had an AT-AT driver. All sorts of people came over.
I was nervous a little bit just because Jonathan, our special needs child, him being moderately, he's a high functioning autistic. But the one thing that I was fearing was overstimulation. How is he going to handle this crowd? How is he going to handle this attention? I'm a big guy myself. You've got Matt Bush, who also is large. You've got Matthew C. Egan. You've got James Arnold Taylor. All of these grown men surrounding this child and demanding his attention. Do you like it?
And asking him to pose and asking him to do things.
Slightly. I was a little nervous. However, Jonathan was a trooper. He did so great. He was living. He was loving the moment.
Jim Cummings spoke to him as Winnie the Pooh, as Tigger, gave him some Hondo Anaka. He did the voices for him, and you could see his eyes as he was recognizing the voices, which was really cool.
It was awesome, and he was so happy. And we got to actually give him the artwork. We gave him
big unveiling, surrounded by all these people from the 501st, Rebel Legion, Mandos.
And after that moment, you just see Jonathan smile, this big, genuine smile, and he said, "That's me."
His face, he went, and you could see this realization of, that's me. Yeah. I'm a Jedi, and so then James Arnold Taylor comes around and starts talking as Obi-Wan Kenobi and gives him a blue lightsaber, just like he's holding in the artwork. Who else can say that they were trained by Master Kenobi? Very few, especially kids these days that can say they were, firsthand from Master Kenobi. Angie Mayhew was there. The whole convention came to a screeching halt so that we could celebrate this kid, and we passed our goal to put the computers, 42 kids in these 3 classrooms, 3 old cracked iMacs between 42 kids in this school in San Bernardino, and so for the special needs program. So we were able to raise over $5,000. That was our goal, to put 18 Chromebooks. We'll be calling the school district Monday morning to get the check written and to get everything moving. And on top of that, Christopher's already talking to the next school to figure out who is going to need similar things.
The special needs administrators from different schools, and if any of you guys need help, please reach out to me on my Instagram at Mr. Christopher Sean or the Peter Mayhew Foundation. And if you want to donate, go to the Peter Mayhew Foundation.org.
MayhewFoundation.org.
MayhewFoundation.org.
Hit that donate button.
Donate. Just put a little quotations, Galactic Magic, or for Christopher Sean in tandem with them. But essentially, we're looking to help schools, special needs programs in public schools across the United States. So if you and your family someone who has a family member that needs the help, please reach out to me.
Growing up, I have ADHD still, and I remember. Now I would have been in a similar program. If I had not had access to computers, I would not be building websites and banners and graphics and doing all this stuff that we do to promote these things. That time on a computer, learning those skills is so key that we want to make sure that these kids You know, my girlfriend's son is autistic, and he's amazing with computers.
Yeah.
And that's a pathway to a bright and productive future for these guys. So denying them access to basic skills like typing and the ability to send an email and all those basic soft skills that we all rely on in the workforce, it's setting these kids who already kind of have an uphill battle to have that much more of a hindrance towards their success. So we're hugely excited to be able to provide something like that. Again, Ryan Ziegler from EmpireCon, you know, Angie Mayhew for approving everything and egging us on, Christopher Sean for not ever giving up on this and finding all the pieces and working with the artist, and Matt Bush for creating a masterpiece. The original was auctioned off here at Empire. I mean, it was truly
gorgeous.
It's amazing.
And let's not forget Matthew C. Egan for seeing it all through. He's like literally the communications director. Is that
yes?
Right? Communications director at Peter Mayhew Foundation. However, he is like the supervising director. He is like our go-to guy. He made everything happen. So without him, without Laurel, without Linnea, my love, without this team, and especially without Matthew, like none of this would be where we are. So I'm
without
super
Candace,
thankful of you, and without Candace, my sister.
Because if Candy had not inspired him to learn about that, then none of this would have happened. So,
well, I thank you, and I thank you all for listening. Thanks, sir. And
we'll see what we do next time.
Yeah, please again donate.
And thank you, Fantha Tracks.
Fantha Tracks, you rock. Appreciate you guys. I'm gonna have to continue to do your Instagram takeovers. Jedi lightsaber, more of you guys. Don't come after me. I'm coming after all of you. But thank you, please. And again, donate. If you can put a little message in there, Galactic Magic to notify, let us know that you want to put it towards special needs programs. That would be great. Thank you so much.
May the Force be with you.
Always.